Don't bend the space-time continuum for me, babe.
Quit screwing around with that thing. You found Mike Dell's world.
So here's a glimpse of my perception. I think you're way above my station, but I can't shake my intention to make a shameless proposition. But if I try to take some action, I just might meet your satisfaction, which could lead to some affection, which might lead to an erection of some new substantial section of my segmented attention. So I feel that I should mention I'm about due for some expansion. So I'll try to find some passion, but my software keeps on crashing. I lock up fast and then I'm staring at your ass, and I'm just an ordinary guy. I pay my bills on time, I take my pills with wine. I'm just an ordinary guy. Recycle all my trash, I got my secret stash of pornos, grass, and cash. I'm just an ordinary guy. I see you in the corner texting. I hope my words don't come out vexing, and this may sound a bit perplexing. The way you hold that phone is sexy. I might have overstepped my boundary, but I swear you'll be glad you found me. I sound astounded cause you seem chic, and yet you might just be my dream geek. So how about this, we meet at your place, cause mine's running out of floor space. My Roomba seems to have been misplaced, and now it's uglier than my space in my apartment, but that's alright. We could just stay up till daylight. We'll grab a bite and then I'll Twitter you all night, cause I'm just an ordinary guy. I love my cat and dog, I love it when I'm flogged. I'm just an ordinary guy. I watch football with my friends, I got church I don't attend, I steal the restaurant's pen. I'm just an ordinary guy. Curse to ease the pain. I'm just an ordinary guy. I watch Dancing with the Stars, I hate going to bars, and I own an ugly car. I'm just an ordinary guy. I always sucked at math, I hate the grapes of wrath. I'm not a psychopath, I'm just an ordinary guy. I get sick when I fly, I won't admit I cry, and I'll love you till I die. I'm just an ordinary guy.
And good morning, good evening, whatever the case may be. This is Mike, and you're listening to Mike Dell's World, number 147, for January 8th, 2010. No, wait a minute. I should say 2010. That's what I've been told that is the proper way to say that. Anyway, got a pretty good show lined up. I actually wrote down some notes because there's some things I want to talk about, and I got a couple of clips I want to play for you. And even got another song here. First off, let me talk about Jay Leno. There's been a rumor that Jay Leno is going to get canceled on NBC, his 10 o'clock show. And there's been lots of rumors about, what's going to happen and all that good stuff. It sounds like either... Why is the cat meowing? Oh, well, you probably didn't hear that. But anyway, there's lots of rumors about Leno getting canceled and what's going to happen with his show. There's one rumor there where he was going to go back and take over where, from the Tonight Show where Conan was and is. And another rumor that he's going to leave the network and go to Fox or ABC. And the latest rumor I read this morning was they were going to put Leno back on at 11:35 or 10:35 in some time zones for a half an hour, and then give Conan a half an hour. So there'd be the Jay Leno show for a half hour, and then the Tonight Show would only be a half hour. So I don't know what's going to happen, but Jay last night kind of gave it to him in both barrels. Here's a clip.
Well, I just start off by wishing happy birthday to Katie Couric. It's Katie Couric's birthday
wonderful.
Today. And, she left NBC for another network. I got to give her a call, see how that's working out. As you may have heard, there's a rumor floating around. We were canceled. I heard it coming in this morning.
I heard it too.
On the radio. Yeah. So far, nobody said anything to me. But, Kev, if we did get canceled, give us time to maybe do some traveling.
That would be wonderful, man.
In fact, I understand Fox is beautiful this time of year.
It really is.
Beautiful.
Really.
Beautiful this time of year. Actually, I don't think there's any truth to the rumors. See, it's always been my experience. NBC only cancels you when you're in first place. So we're fine. We're actually okay. Actually, you know what happened? NBC found 4 guns in my locker. I was suspended.
I'm glad they didn't find him in my locker.
No. But we will keep following this story.
Yes,
it's going to be fascinating to hear what happens.
Okay, that was the first thing he did in his monologue. Kind of jilted at NBC. I think that's pretty cool. Here's another short clip from later in his monologue.
And the Justice Department announced they will conduct an antitrust review of Comcast's proposal deal, the merge with NBC.
Right.
Yeah. Antitrust review, which is the relationship I have with NBC. Antitrust. That is what we have. It's an antitrust. Yeah. Hey, Kev.
What's up, Jay?
What does NBC stand for?
What's that?
Never believe your contract. But Hey, I want to tell you,
I saw that live. That was great. But whatever happens with Jay, I'm sure we'll see him around. And I like Jay, especially like his website. Where he has Jay Leno's Garage. Where he does the videos with his old cars and stuff. If you haven't seen that, go check that out. Just Google Jay Leno's Garage. But and I like it at 10 o'clock because I go to work at 11:30, so I couldn't watch him unless I didn't TiVo it because I don't have a TiVo. I got a Replay TV, which is before TiVo. But anyway, so I did record it when it was on at 11:35, and I guess I could go back to doing that wherever he ends up. But I think it'd be kind of cool if they did it on Fox instead of putting him on at 11:35. They could put him on at 10:35 or 9:35, because Fox always goes to local news an hour before the rest of the networks, and that would be good with me. I could at least watch the monologue every night. And whatever, we'll see. He'll be around, I'm sure. So what else has been going on? If you haven't noticed, I've added a couple of things to... Oh, I forgot to mention the song I played at the beginning. Jeez, that's terrible of me. My friend Matthew Ebel came out with a couple of new songs over at, what do they call it now? MusicAlley.com, formerly known as the Podsafe Music Network. But anyway, that song was called An Ordinary Guy, and that was just out in December. And he's got a holiday song there, but I'm not going to play that one. Not on the podcast. I've listened to it. It's pretty good. But anyway, back to my secondary feeds here. Of course, I put out the first one, Mike Dell Unplugged, for lack of a better name for it. I put that out on both feeds. I have put out a second one, and it didn't go out on this feed, so that means that it will go out on the Unplugged only feed. Go to the website and check that out if you want to subscribe, or just listen to it on the site. Just hit the play button. And speaking of that, if you're just listening on the site, I'm going to be working on a page over the weekend that's going to explain exactly what podcasting is and how you can use it. Kind of a unique way of doing it. There's this chiropractor, and I can't remember his name right offhand, and I don't want to start the web browser because I've got too much going on the computer as it is. So there'll be links in the show notes to that, or just look for the page at the top of MikeDell.com. Be called "What is Podcasting?" and it will explain things, and it's the most direct and down-to-earth way of describing it that I've ever seen. So that's I'm going to put that page up with permission from this doctor. And thanks to Cliff Ravenscraft over at podcastanswerman.com and gspn.tv for turning me on to that. And the second thing I did was added a mobile podcasting or mobile webcasting, or however you want to put it, but there's this new thing called iPadio. I think that's how it's pronounced, iPadio.com. And they have a Android application. It's a phone cast. It's what it's called, or I think they had some other flog or something they call it on the site, but iPadio.com, which is really cool because I can record it on the Android phone, and it puts it out on, and there's a little thing on the sidebar of my website where you can listen to those. So not only am I going to have the Mike Dell Unplugged, which is going to come out more often than this full-blown podcast with music and sound effects and whatnot, I'll also have that mobile update thing, iPadio. I got to figure out how to get iPadio to automatically post to the Unplugged feed, but I don't. And until I do, just check back every now and again. You can also subscribe to a feed of just the iPadio things, so check that out. Tech Podcast Network. Andy McCaskey is part of the crew out there at CES in Vegas right now. I'm jealous. They're going to be there for a couple more days. But Andy's been doing iPadio updates every so often. And, of course, you can go over to techpodcastnetwork.com. Techpodcasts.com, I guess, is the true address. But anyway, got to go check that out. And speaking of tech podcasts, I don't know if I decided I don't know if I told you guys that I decided not to take advertising, but I've changed my mind. Citrix approached me again and said, hey, we really want you to keep advertising. So here I am. I don't make New Year's resolutions per se, but this one might be a good New Year's resolution is work smarter in 2010. Use GoToMeeting to meet clients and colleagues online. With GoToMeeting, brought to you by Citrix, you can save time and money by holding meetings online instead of driving and flying to meet in person. Use GoToMeeting to conduct sales presentations, product demos, training sessions right from your desk. Stay productive, be efficient, and avoid the hassle of unnecessary travel. I use GoToMeeting all the time at my day job, and actually as my position at Blueberry.com and Raw Voice, I use GoToMeeting occasionally. but I use it quite a bit. And I don't know how I could have done what I'm doing now without it. So anyway, you guys can try GoToMeeting free for 30 days, but you must visit GoToMeeting.com/techpodcasts. That's GoToMeeting.com/techpodcasts for a 30-day trial. So go check that out. They've been great advertisers of mine. So anyway, I've pretty much gone through the first part of my notes here, so I ought to play another song. This one's by Paul and Storm, formerly of Da Vinci's Notebook. They're two of the four that were Da Vinci's Notebook. Da Vinci's Notebook were famous for the song My Enormous Penis. So anyway, so they're comedy, and I like a good comedy song, but this is Paul and Storm. The song is called Find the Words.
Go ahead, make sure you get in as much fret squeak as possible in this, okay, Storm?
Yeah, let's see.
I just can't seem to find the words to tell you just how much you mean to me. So, forget it. You'll never know how beautiful and wonderful and special you are. 'Cause I can't tell you. Just forget it. I can't afford to buy you diamonds or fancy things, so I won't. Last night while you slept next to me, I finally had found the perfect words to say I love you. You couldn't hear me 'cause you were sleeping. Now I forgot them. So just forget it.
And that was Paul and Storm from MusicAlley.com. And I think they've got paulandstorm.com, but I'm not sure. I'll have a link in the show notes to them. But yeah, they got a lot of funny stuff over there. Let's see what else has been going on in Mike Dell's world. Like I said, been doing a lot of social networking, been playing with the website, trying to find a theme for WordPress that's worthy, and I think I've settled on one. I am going to be kind of conglomerating some of my websites. I've kind of decided that I need to diversify as far as podcasts. I do a lot of podcasting, but some of them are fits and starts. Like Geek of the North. Eventually, I'll get into the swing of things and get that one going. Also, started one over at flightradio.com. Right now I just have a little intro file there, but eventually I'm going to do a bi-weekly podcast over at flightradio.com, stuff to do with aviation and listening to aircraft on your police scanner. I know it's very nichey, but you never know. Might be there'd be lots of people that are interested in that. There certainly is a lot of web visitors that are interested in that. So I'm thinking that might translate into some good podcasting. And I really do like listening to aviation on my police scanner. And I am an aviation buff, so to speak, or a fanboy maybe. So, aviation topics are kind of fun for me. And that's what Geek of the North was going to be, but I'm thinking Geek of the North is going to change into something else. Because I can't get into what I was originally thinking for Geek of the North, and that's why I haven't done many of them. I don't know, it's too spread out. I don't know how to put it, but anyway, I think I'm going to make that one just a little more geeky and a little less pigeonholed. Anything geek related, I think will go on there. Although this kind of does that, but this, like I said, this is more my personal audio blog, that kind of podcast. And, don't want to be navel gazing about podcasting, but then again, that's what I'm thinking about, and that's what this podcast is about. It's what's on my mind and what's in my world. So there you go. Like it or lump it. Anyway, what the heck was I going to say? Oh, well, hey, let me just push this button and gather my thoughts here.
You're listening to Mike on Mike Dell's World, a show about nothing.
This podcast is part of the Blueberry Network. Find freshly picked podcasts just for you at blueberry.com. That's blueberry, no ease.com.
Okay, well, that didn't really help, but anyway, I think I got it figured out. Boy, I went through these notes really quick, and it's only 22 minutes. I guess that's all right for a podcast. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to play another song. This one is by a group called the String Cheese Incident. Oh, wait a minute, let's try that again. I'm not going to actually edit this, but pretend I did. This song is about see, I screwed it up again. Let's try it one more time. But like I said, I'm not going to edit this. This is from a group called the String Cheese Incident. It's called Around the Wheel. And it's off of a CD, also called Round the Wheel. And we'll catch you on the other side.
Looking deep into your eyes. spinning around the wheel of life. I've been spinning around the wheel of life. I've been spinning around the wheel of life, and I made one more night. Yeah, I've been spinning around the wheel of life. I've been spinning around the wheel of life. I've been spinning around the wheel of life. I've been spinning around the wheel of life, and I made one more night. Yeah, I've been spinning around the wheel of life.
Hey, this is Aaron Redner from Hot Buttered Rum, and you're enjoying Mike Dell's World Podcast.
Well, I hope you're enjoying it anyway. Hey, have you ever had one of those days at work where you knew you're a rock star, but it's really hard to explain to the powers that be at work that you really did something amazing? I had one of those nights last night at work. Of course, today's Friday, and I worked night shift, so I went in, last night at 11:30, and we had this particular job. And for those of you that don't know what I do, I'm kind of a jack of all trades at a printer publisher here in Traverse City. I work four different things for the company. We have magazines that are, based here in Traverse City. We have our editors, printing, mailing, subscriptions, everything's done in-house. So it's 100% from writing through printing, through mailing, everything's done right there. Anyway, so part of my job is I work what's known as pre-press graphic arts. And it's not that I design the things. I'm not a designer, but I am, I do make what the designers design work on the printing press. And then another part of my job is I run a digital printing press called a Next Press. Look it up. It's Kodak. It's a Kodak product. It's basically a giant laser printer. And when I say giant laser printer, I mean this thing is 40 feet long. But it prints really well, and it is basically laser printer technology. And part of that is variable data printing, where I can swap pictures around. Each press sheet can be a different thing. It's not like a traditional printing press where, you make 50,000 copies of the same thing. This thing, you can have every sheet be a different thing. So I'm involved in setting up this stuff called variable data printing. And that's what I did last night. But then on top of that, I also work partly with the IT department. I also do some web design. And when I say design, I don't come up with the ideas, but I make them work on the web. Same as, I'm not really a designer, but it's graphic arts just the same. And then one of my other jobs is marketing, web marketing. I do AdWords, AdSense, and that kind of web analytics for the company, all the company websites. But anyway, last night I got this job. Well, this has been a long time in the making, but it was a particular job, and I don't want to go into any great details, but suffice it to say it was a variable data printing job that had or has anywhere from 1 to 20 logos printed on a postcard, and 1 through 14 logos print in, the 14 logos print in 14 predefined positions. But then if it goes to 15 through 20, all the positions of the logos change. I'd never done that before. And the software that we use is able to use JavaScript. And, I've played with JavaScript a little bit, writing code for it. But I had to write code that caused, 14 different logos to change positions upon the introduction of the 15th logo on a particular record. And, normally that would, I'm going to toot my own damn horn. I don't think there's a person at the company, or I don't think there's a person in the state of Michigan that could have done what I did last night at work. Maybe I'm being ridiculous, but that's just how I felt. And, kind of walking on air about it. I come home. Kathy, of course, has been unemployed for about 2 weeks, and she was home, and I about talked her arm off. Yeah, that's a weird term, isn't it? I talked to the point where she started rolling her eyes, so I figured I'd better come down and podcast instead. But anyway, and by the way, she's got a job interview. She's had 3 interviews this week, so we'll see if any of those pan out. Either way, we'll be all right. But anyway, I come home and I it's very rare lately that I have job satisfaction. It's not that I hate my job. It's that I'm getting to the point, I've been there 17 years as of as of last week, I was there, I've been there 17 years, and the job when I started was completely different than the job is now, but I've gotten comfortable, and there's, very few challenges anymore. It's good, it's work that, there's not very many people presently working there that can do what I can do. In fact, for a few things, there's nobody that does what I do. And, like I said, not to sound pompous or anything, that's not, it's not what I'm thinking, but, it's all pretty mundane to me because, it's the same old stuff. And getting this variable data job, from what I understand from the salesman, that this particular job, they ran it by 3 other printers, before they got to us, that tried and couldn't do it. And I've got it to the point right now where Sunday night when I go into work, I'm going to finish off this test run, and it will work and be acceptable. And this is a weekly job. Every week we're going to be printing a mailing. It's postcards going out to new enrollees in this program. Like I said, I don't want to get too specific, but they ran it by 3 other printers who told them it was impossible. And damn it, I need to toot my own horn. I had kind of a rough 2009, and in 2010, damn it, I'm a rock star. All right, enough gloating. So anyway, I guess we're pushing on 39 minutes here. I think I'll get out of here, process this file, and send it up to the feed. Stay tuned to the unplugged feed and the iPodio feed for smaller, more compact updates and more frequent updates from Mike Dell's world. And like I said, in the first unplugged episode, which you guys got on this feed, I'm not being pompous or anything. It's just, what else do I call it? It's my audio blog, my little take on the world. And like I said, also before, check out the Tech Podcast Network feeds, techpodcast.com. And, they're covering CES, pretty cool. Actually, it's Jeffrey Powers, Todd Cochran, Andy McCaskey, and amongst others. I think there's 9 of them out there in Las Vegas covering the show floor. 3 full camera crews plus the back channel. And like I said, I'm not saying this just because I work for the company. It's a pretty cool coverage there. And so go check them out. And definitely check out Andy's iPadio, and I'll spell that out. It's ipadio.com. Andy McCaskey is a special guest this week on ipadio.com. I'm going to tell you one story about them. I heard Andy, he Twittered about that, and so I checked out, what the heck is iPadio? And I got there, and oh, yeah, this is neat. I can, download the app to my G phone there, my Android phone. And I thought, that's just cool. So I, signed up for an account. I did my first and second, phone cast, just testing it out. So I was on my lunch break that night. And I said, there's a place to embed an individual phone cast, but there wasn't a sidebar widget or, something that would fit in the sidebar that I could use to just, whatever the latest phone cast was, put that on my WordPress blog. We're at www.mikedell.com. Anyway, so, they had this thing, or send feedback. So, all right, I'll send feedback. So I clicked on that and I said, hey, I'd like to, and this is 3 a.m, I'd like to be able to embed this on my sidebar and have the latest one be available. And I swear it wasn't 15 minutes later they had enabled the tools menu, and in the tools menu there was exactly that, and the guy emailed me directly and said, hey, yeah, that's a great idea, and here's what we did, and here's the code if you want to embed yours. And he sent it right to me in email. So I'm going to go ahead and write them up on Geek News Central, probably after CES, because there's a lot of stuff going on over there. But check them out, iPatio.com. One of their star blogger, podcasters, whatever you want to call it over there, is Janitor Mike. And I haven't listened to him yet, but it sounds like an interesting premise. So anyway, I better get out of here. I gotta get to bed, and then I'm going to be going out to Sheldy's, which is my normal thing on Friday night. Going out to Sheldy's for dinner with friends, and maybe we'll do a iPatio broadcast from there. That might be fun. So go check that out, www.mikedell.com. And like I said, subscribe. You can subscribe on iTunes to the Unplugged. You can subscribe on iTunes to the iPatio. Just click on the links there at the website. And like I said earlier, stay tuned for the What is Podcasting page that I'm going to add to my site here over the weekend. And I'm also going to continue playing with the WordPress theme, so things might move around and look a little different for the next week or so, but eventually I'll get it nailed down, and all will be good. And eventually I'm going to have another site that conglomerates all of my podcasting and blogging efforts, so you'd only have one place to go to get all of it, kind of like John Dvorak does with Channel Dvorak. I might do Channel Mike Dell or something. I don't know. We'll see. So anyway, catch me later.
That's all, folks.